Hey gamers, in today's video we're going to be talking about the top 10 games of 2024. Now, I did a similar video last year, but in that video I talked about the top 10 games I played in 2023, which includes stuff that did not come out that year. This year is going to work a little bit different, where I'm going to be talking about games that I'm most happy about that came out in 2024, so that it could include stuff that, that actually did come out this year, but it could include games I haven't played or finished yet, because there's going to be quite a few. So yeah, hopefully you guys don't mind too much, but let's just get right into the video, shall we? I have a list here of the 10 games plus some honorable mentions that I have. So starting things at the top, we got Nintendo World Championships at number 10. This is number 10 for one. I played it the most, probably out of most of these games, but overall not like that much of an exciting game in that it's a lot of old NES games just repackaged to like bite-sized challenges, and you could argue it was done way better in like NES Remix. But this game, still, I had a lot of fun with it, I put a lot of time into it. It was only $30, and I think it was well worth the money. Like, I just had a good time with it, and I still play it relatively often, like weekly, because I still need to get some pins or whatever. I want to get, like, I have 10 pins remaining. I want to get them all unlocked. So yeah, I mean, like, again, it's not like a mind-blowing game, but it's just a good fun time, and a lot of people hated on it, and I don't think it deserved the hate. People were like, oh, it's not NES Remix, it's just a filler title, blah 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 this, like, I just think it's a fun time, and I think it deserves a spot on this list here because I really did enjoy my time with it. But next up, we got number 9, which this is now the section of games that I have not played, but which is going to go up until 5, but I am still happy they came out. Number 9 is Sonic X Shadow Generations, or Cross Shadow Generations, however you want to say it. I'm gonna be honest, I was a little bit disinterested in this game, I guess you could say, because, well, I like, from the previews, it looked cool, but I was really worried about the pricing. Sonic, Colors Ultimate was overall, like, not a great game, in that it wasn't a great remaster, a great port, whatever you want to call it. But it was priced appropriately. It was like only like $30 or something. I bought it on launch day for like that price. And yeah, Sonic X Shadow Generations looked like a better game, like overall, and also it looked like it added more stuff, like a whole side game. But to see that it was announced at $50, I was like, ugh, is that even worth it? But I mean, I've seen previews of this game, reviews, and a lot of people love it. And I like Sonic. I like Sonic Frontiers, and specifically the Shadow Generations portion has like an open world section, just like Sonic Frontiers, but I hear better, so that's nice. But also, they just improved Sonic Generations, not that much, but like, they did just make it better, and they have a whole other side game, and another reason I was like kind of disinterested was because of the price. Again, I mentioned that was $50, but like, Sonic Generations was $20 on Xbox, and you could just buy it there. You could still buy it there, but I do think, from what I've seen of the game, I haven't obviously played the game, but from what I've seen, it does justify the $30, like maybe like $5 more for the upgrades for Sonic Generations, the base game, and then $25 for the hecking, side game, which I hear is like just the same amount of length as Sonic Generations. So yeah, and lots of people love this, so I'm happy that this game came out in 2024 and was good. It was a good remaster. Unlike Sonic Colors Ultimate, although I wish it was cheaper like Sonic Colors Ultimate, but again, there's always sales. I did see this game on sale recently, and I was considering picking it up for like $45, specifically the Digital Deluxe Edition, which is $10 more. So I was considering picking it up. I decided against it, and for other games, like the game that's going to be coming up in a little bit, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. But yeah, I will probably get it at some point, but overall I'm happy it came out this year. Next up, Number 8. Oh yeah, this list like remasters DLC. But anyway, number 8 is SMT5 Vengeance. This game technically came out, on Switch in 2021, I want to say. 2022, I don't remember exactly. I think it was 2021. But in 2024, it got ported to other consoles, the PS5, Xbox, and also it has new content. And I've been eyeing this game for like a while. I still haven't bought it yet, but I've been tempted so many times when it's been on sale for like $40. Whenever I have money, I'm like, oh, do I buy it? But then I decided I'm buying something else, or sometimes it's not on sale when I have the money. So yeah, but I will buy it eventually because this game looks so good. We're gonna be talking. We just talk about Sonic X Shadow Generations, and we're gonna be talking about more Sega stuff in this list. Sega really cooked this year, they really cooked hard. But yeah, I'm really happy this game came out. It's available on more consoles, more available for a wider audience. It looks like it runs better, plays better than the original Switch release. I wasn't too interested in Shin Megami Tensei before. I like Persona, but I wasn't really too interested until I saw the Vengeance, the Vengeance added content, and I'm like, okay, this game actually looks cool. I kind of want to buy it at some point. So yeah, happy it came out, but obviously it wasn't an original game. That title goes to number 7, being Metaphor. Now, Metaphor ReFantazio, that's the full name, which I think is kind of stupid, but whatever. Metaphor is a great game for what I hear. I haven't played it, although I actually have bought it. I bought it recently, a few days ago. I got it on sale, and I will check it out at some point because I love Persona, and this is made by the same people that made, obviously, Atlas, Sega, but specifically, it's made by the same exact people that made Persona 3, 4, 5. So I really want to check out this game, and it's been nominated for Game of the Year. Or was it nominated for Game of the Year? I don't know. It was nominated, at least in many people's eyes, for Game of the Year. I think also for Game of the Year itself in the Game Awards. But anyway, that's besides the point. Overall, lots of people love this game, and I definitely want to check it out soon. So yeah, and it's an original title. It is connected to Persona and Shin Megami Tensei, obviously, because made by the same people, but it's its own separate thing. And this game kind of overshadowed a lot of other Sega stuff that came out this year, which I kind of don't like. I get because it is a fully original game, but at the same time, I feel like other stuff deserved a spot in like the Game Awards nomination, like SMT5 and another game we'll talk about later on. But anyway, there you go. Moving on to number 6, we got Echoes of Wisdom. I have not played this game yet, but I've heard lots of people love it. I know there's some issues with the game, from what I hear, like the controls with like the menu thing where you have too many echoes or whatever. But I'm happy this game just came out just because of the fact that we saw finally a Zelda game where you play as Zelda. Like an official mainline game, not a spin-off, not like a Hyrule Warriors or like Wand of Gamelon type thing, CDI stuff. No, this is a full mainline game, and we can finally play as Zelda. That's just so cool. Fans have been asking for this for like decades at this point, and it's just nice to see Nintendo finally give us that. I'm hoping we see more Zelda games where you play as Zelda in the future. Because that's the main thing I'm happy about, what the Echoes of Wisdom represents. I hear the game is really good for the most part, besides some issues here and there, but I hear it's good, but I like what it represents, so that's why it's on here. So now number 5, we got Mario Party Jamboree, which again, I have not played yet. This is a lot of games I haven't played. I'm just happy came out this year, and I'm happy this game came out this year because of the fact that one, it's a full-on return to Mario Party, which I'm not the biggest Mario Party guy. I played a little bit of Super Mario Party, Mario Party Superstars, Mario Party 10 as well, and then also some of the N64 ones. But I played them, I enjoyed them. But lots of people don't like Mario Party 9, 10. They think and even Super Mario Party, they think, oh, they ruined the series, blah blah blah. This, I thought they were fine, but it is nice to see people actually happy with a new Mario Party game, like overall, because Super Mario Party was kind of a return to form, but lots of people still hated on it. More so after it came out, like a year after it came out. It's weird. Most people were actually pretty fine with the game when it came out. I remember I was there when it was announced and released. But after like a year, everyone started hating on it for some reason. Anyway, and then Mario Party Superstars was another kind of return to form, but they were just remaking stuff from the N64 games, and plus some like other stuff too with the mini games, with the other console Mario Parties. But but this is the true first original Mario Party that actually does return to form, and I'm happy about that for the fans. Again, just because I didn't personally care about like, oh, Mario Party sucks, this and this. I am happy that the fans are enjoying this. So yeah. Next up, number 4. This is DLC. So if you don't like DLC being on this list, screw you. But this is Splatoon 3's Side Order DLC. I really enjoyed this DLC. It wasn't that much, like, it wasn't, I think Octo Expansion is probably the better choice for DLC, although you would think Side Order would be the better thing overall, because it is a roguelike, or roguelite, whatever the term is. But basically, you go through a run, you get power-ups, you die, you get permanent upgrades, and then you continue, rinse and repeat. And, in theory, this should be replayable, and it kind of is, but overall, it's not really that much replayable compared to, like, other roguelites, which is kind of disappointing. Plus, Octo Expansion just has the better, like, combat, story, structure, all that stuff. But Side Order was still a ton of fun. I really enjoyed it. And it's hard to believe it came out in February of this year. A lot of things happened this year. That should be a thing. We're going to be talking about, the remaining list and then also some honorable mentions. But I'm probably not even going to mention, like, all the games that came out this year that I was, like, interested in or happy came out. Because there's so much stuff happened, And I almost forgot about Side Order, but I was putting this list together. I'm like, oh yeah, that did happen this year. So yeah, I really liked it. I like Side Order. Octo Expansion is probably better, but I'm happy it just came out. So next up, number 3. All of these games, the remaining 3 games, I have played to some degree. 3, we got Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. I bought this game somewhat recently. It was like $20 on sale, like less than that, like for the complete edition, which had the DLC. And I played for like, I don't know, 2 hours or so, and I really have enjoyed this game. I also did a gameplay video on it if you want to see my like first impression of the game. But it's basically like a Metroid Dread type game, a Metroidvania as well, But like, it really takes a lot of inspiration specifically from Metroid Dread. And I don't think that's a bad thing, because Metroid Dread is a great game, and this game seems like overall pretty great as well. Again, I've only played it a little bit, but I'm happy this game came out, although I am not happy with the fact that apparently this game did not sell well, and the team that made the game was disbanded to work on other projects or whatever, which is very disappointing. So that's one thing I'm not happy about, but overall I'm happy it did come out, because it was just a good game, and it came out early in the year, like in January? Again, so many things happened this year. But now we got number 2. We got the game that I've been recently playing. I recently bought the most recent game I bought and played, I should say. That being Astrobot. This game is so magical. I love this game so much. I've only been playing it for like 4 or 5 hours right now. But I even played it like a few hours before I recorded this video. And I love this game so much. It's just so magical. It feels like a Nintendo game. In fact, this game, won Game of the Year. And when they were giving the acceptance speech, they did mention Nintendo. Not by name, but they did mention Mario Bros. By name. That's cool. But You know, this game is just so magical. It's so fun. I love the character themed levels as well. The first one was Ape Escape, and I'm not the biggest Ape Escape guy. Like, I played a little bit of the first game, and I want to play more of it. But seeing how much they cared about Ape Escape, and then I also played God of War level where you know, I played a little bit of God of War as well. But like seeing those references is just so nice, you know, because they care about these things, especially Ape Escape, which Sony doesn't. You know, God of War, Sony does care about. But with like Ape Escape, wow. And like, you know, the other levels are just so fun, so adorable, you know, like just charming. Like, I can't rave about this game enough. And I've only been playing it recently. 5 hours, like I just been playing it and I love it. So I'm definitely gonna get the platinum for this game. So yeah, really enjoying it so far. But now, before we get to number one, which I'm sure you could probably guess, especially because it's the background footage that you're seeing throughout this video. But before we get to it, let's go over some honorable mentions. Again, this is probably not going to be every single game that you know, came out this year. Just the games that I could think of that I'm most happy about. So first we got Mario and Luigi Brothership. I know people are kind of mixed on this game for some reason. Although, like, I saw in-depth, like, discussions on it, like, from Antude, Nathaniel Bandy. And sure, they talked about negative points, but a lot of the stuff they talked about actually really interests me, such as the story. This game actually has a major story, like a serious story for, like, a Mario game, which is crazy. And I definitely want to get it at some point. Next up, we got Plucky Squire, which I played a bit of. It was on PS Plus. It's still on PS Plus. I just haven't had a lot of time playing with it. But I did, you know, enjoy what I played. Next up, we got Castlevania Dominus Collection, which is technically old games, but it's just nice to see more Castlevania stuff get ported to modern consoles. Another Crab's Treasure, that's the next game, which I played a bit of. I enjoyed it. I like Mr. Krabs, you know, and it's basically his game. Next, we got Tales of Kanjura Zaru, which is basically kind of similar to The Lost Crown, and I played that before The Lost Crown. It's also on PS Plus, and I did enjoy what I played a bit, but I need to play more, obviously. Next up, we got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I played Final Fantasy VII Remake a bit. Still need to finish that before I could get to Rebirth. Stellar Blade, Balatro, which are games I haven't played, but I've heard good things about, obviously. And a game I actually did not list here, I forgot to list it, is Life is Strange Double Exposure, which is a very mixed. In fact, most Life is Strange fans apparently seem to hate it, but I'm happy it's just a new Life is Strange game, you know, that came out. You know, I know, like, some of the plot details, and it doesn't sound great, but what I like to do is I'm gonna buy the game eventually, probably, or wait for it to come to PS Plus. I don't know, whichever happens first, but either way, I will eventually play the game and make my own opinion, because I don't like just judging my opinion on something based on what other people say. Like, I used to do that with specifically movies, like the Star Wars movies. Like, I would say, oh, The Last Jedi sucks, but I would never see the movie. I still technically haven't seen it. Now I just don't have an opinion because I haven't watched the film. And, like, the same thing goes for movies, you know? I want to form my own personal opinion by playing the game before judging it, you know, based on other people. And, you know, some of the other Life is Strange games that I heard kind of mixed things about, like True Colors, like, I really enjoyed. So I don't know, I might end up liking Double Exposure, you know. But I am happy there's a new Life is Strange thing did come out this year. So yeah. Anyway, that's more than enough rambling. Let's get into the final number one game of 2024, which is the game I beat in. I played the most. Still need to do the DLC. I need to finish that. I'm only a little bit through it, but overall, I really enjoyed Persona 3 Reload. Best game of the year. I'm sorry. I know Metaphor is an original game. I know there's other games, like even Astrobot, which I love, you know, but I really do think Persona 3 Reload is, like, probably my favorite game of the year, just because of the fact that, like, one, the story is so good. They made the original Persona 3 better than ever with the graphics obviously, but also the voice acting. I'm so happy they added a lot of voice acting for this game. I hope the next Persona game has like even more voice acting for like everything. I've only ever seen one game do this, and that's Fire Emblem Three Houses. That game had every single thing voice acted, which was crazy. Persona 3 Reload guy gets really close with a lot of voice acting, like 98%, but there's still some things that are not voice acted, and I would love to see that in the next Persona game. But yeah, I mean, I love that. Again, the story is just so good, so sad, tragic. The social links, like I love the characters you can, befriend or get romance. Like they were so relatable, so adorable. I love that. And I'm disappointed that this game was snubbed from not only the Game Awards, but also I'm watching a YouTube channel called Spawn Wave, and he's doing like a Game of the Year thing. And he did not include Persona 3 Reload, and I don't know why people are forgetting Persona 3 Reload is a thing. Like, I know it's a remake, I know, but it's just so good. Like, I think it trumps anything else. Even, yes, original things like Metaphor. I feel like I'm hating on Metaphor. Like, it's on the list of top 10 games of this year, and I bought it, and I will play it, and I'm probably gonna love it, but I just think that Metaphor kind of overshadowed a lot of other games like Persona 3 Reload, and even Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, which is like, port re-release type thing. It's not like a full-on thing, like a remake, like Persona 3 Reload, but I still think it should have gotten an honorable mention at the Game Awards, and it didn't. At Persona 3 Reload more so, and yeah, overall, I love Persona 3 Reload. It's an amazing game. I recommend you guys play it. It's on Game Pass right now, though probably it will leave at some point in the near future, like on February. I still need to do the DLC. I need to finish it. I'm only like a couple hours into the DLC episode, I guess, and I need to finish it before it leaves Game Pass. Potentially, I don't want to say it will leave Game Pass because you never know. They could extend the deal or whatever. But usually these games on Game Pass last like a year, sometimes 6 months if you're a rock star for some reason. But usually it's like 1 year, maybe more, depending on something. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I really love this game. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for my top 10 games I'm most happy about that released in 2024 or whatever I decide to title this video. Again, a little bit different than last year, which I hope you guys don't mind too much. I just wanted to talk about games that actually did come out this year, and not just talk about, oh, I played this game from 2018, finally in 2024. Like, for example, this game did not come out in 2018, but, I started playing, technically, I think I started last year, but I really started playing a lot of Smash 4 Wii U this year, and I could say, oh yeah, that's my game of the year, 2024, even though it came out in 2014. I don't know if that feels right, so I think this is a better outcome, to talk about games that actually did release this year while not having to own them or play through all of them fully, at least. So let me know what you think about that. Tomorrow we will be doing a look back on 2024, both my personal 2024 and also in terms of gaming, like how was it, all that stuff. So be sure to look out for that. But I think that's going to be it for real, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, play some Xenoblade, and I'll catch you all next time for more. Peace. Bye, everyone.